Hey, what's going on everyone? Greg here, and just a real quick mention again. Last time I mentioned that I had a Twitter account at Gregory McFadden. I got a lot of followers just by mentioning that, so I wanted to mention it at the start of this video as well. So if you like my content, you want to follow me on Twitter, again, I will leave a link in the description, and thank you to everyone who watched the previous video and decided to follow me. So these past 2 weeks have been the equivalent of a massive leak and rumor season for Apple. We have been talking a lot all about the leaks of the iPhone SE, the latest iPad Pro, the iPhone 12. We just finished up the other day talking about the Apple Watch Series 5 and what we could expect from that. But there's one product that was leaked out recently that was actually mentioned almost 2 years ago in February of 2018, and that would be the rumor that Apple is working on an over-the-ear pair of headphones. And an Apple-branded pair of over-ear headphones actually makes quite a bit of sense when you consider just how successful AirPods and now AirPods Pro have been in the market. Actually, it's kind of surprising that Apple hasn't made their own pair of headphones yet, considering they bought Beats all the way back in 2014. So for today's video, I wanted to go over everything we can expect for Apple's brand of over-ear headphones and some other things that I think we will see implemented in them. Back in February, Kuo claimed that Apple was working on a slew of new products. One of them included an updated pair of AirPods and their own brand of high-end over-the-ear headphones with an all-new design. Following this, a second report came out from Bloomberg by Mark Gurman, who also claimed that Apple was indeed working on a Apple-branded over-the-ear headphones. Gurman stated that the headphones will use Apple branding and be positioned as a higher-end alternative to the company's line of Beats headphones. He also said that Apple originally intended to introduce the headphones by the end of 2018, but faced development challenges causing a delay. Well, as we all know, 2019 came and went, and there was no sign of Apple headphones. But some of those other products that Kuo predicted did come out, like the revamped version of the Apple AirPods, the Apple AirPods 2, and then of course the brand new AirPods Pro. But the headphones never materialized. In fact, when we got the Beats Solo Pro late last year with the H1 chip and features like noise cancellation and transparency modes, I thought that maybe this was the new headphones that Kuo was referring to. Flash forward to January 29th, and Kuo comes out with another report that Apple branded over-the-ear headphones will be coming out during the first quarter of 2020. And if you want to know about some of those rumored products coming out from Apple in 2020, I will leave a link right up here that you can click and find out all about it. Right now, we have no idea what to call these Apple headphones. I'll probably just keep referring to them as Apple headphones. I have heard other rumors that they might be called Studio Pods or Pro Pods or any sort of word with the name pods at the end of it, but for now, we're just gonna call them Apple headphones. Now, in both reports, Kuo and Gurman both mention that these headphones will be positioned as high-end alternatives to Apple AirPods. So obviously, we can expect almost all the features from AirPods Pro and the Beats Solo Pro to make their way into this device. So yes, a noise cancellation mode to block out sound and a transparency mode to let that sound into your ears. Adaptive EQ should also make its way into these higher-end headphones, which automatically tunes the EQ depending on what type of music you're listening to. Furthermore, we should also expect the same H1 chip technology that enables quick pairing and switching to all of your Apple devices, and a very similar pairing method to the AirPods Pro and Beats Solo Pro. That also means we should expect a built-in microphone and, of course, your favorite, hey, S-word support. Now, like these reports mention, these Apple headphones will have a very heavy focus on sound quality. Right now, AirPods are super convenient, but they don't offer the highest fidelity in sound. So these Apple branded headphones, at least to me, sounds like they'll probably take an approach that's in between the AirPods while borrowing a lot of what makes the HomePod such a great sounding device. Because these Apple headphones are focusing on sound quality, I think we can see a lot of features make their way from the HomePod over to these headphones. At the same time, combining all the convenient features that you would get with AirPods. Now, first of all, I think that these Apple headphones will be completely focused on wireless technology. I think they will work in a couple of ways though. So number one, I think that Apple will definitely be having Bluetooth support, because I think they want to sell this to as many people as possible. If you have an Android phone, you don't have all the special AirPlay magic that you might get on a HomePod. Right now, the HomePods don't play any sound through Bluetooth, it's all done through AirPlay. So I expect Bluetooth support on these Apple headphones. But I think that Apple users with iPhones, iPads, Macs, Apple Watches, or whatever can expect higher sound quality out of the AirPlay 2 standard. So while these headphones will work with any device that has Bluetooth audio, you will probably get the best experience out of Apple branded devices. This really isn't a surprise here. And if Apple is positioning these headphones as high-end studio headphones, they need to be really low in latency, even in a wireless mode. Now, this might be some wish list projecting, but I also wonder if these headphones will have some sort of spatial audio feature similar to the HomePod, or will be Dolby Atmos capable headphones. This could be a really neat feature to pair alongside with an Apple TV or for watching movies on your iPhone, iPad, or Mac. Now, like I mentioned, these headphones will be very focused on wireless technology, which is why I think that there won't be a headphone jack on the headphones themselves. We can already point to examples of products like the Beats Solo Pro that ditch the headphone jack, and Apple is focused on making its products with a wireless world in mind. With that being said, even though these won't have a headphone jack, I still think Apple might include a way to get a physical audio connection out of these headphones. I imagine that these headphones will charge via a Lightning connector, and Apple offers a Lightning to 3.5mm headphone jack cable as an option with the Beats Solo Pro. As for controls, we actually have some patents out of Apple that shows off a new gesture-based control system specifically for over-the-ear headphones that would deal with swiping gestures that work the same no matter how your headphones are oriented. Apple published a patent for detecting headphone rotation describing this process. Apple determines the presence of the user's ear and then figures out the headphone's orientation with touch panels located on the ear cups. Meanwhile, the inside of the ear cup is also covered with proximity sensors. Another patent that deals with these sensors sounds like classic Apple simplicity, where sensors can determine if the headphones are put on correctly or on the wrong way. If the user puts the headphones on the wrong way, it would switch the left and right audio channels, so there would be no wrong way to put on the headphones. And this just sounds like a classic Apple move. I can already picture the presentation inside of my head. You would have Phil Schiller walk on stage with these Apple headphones and then just mention, hey, there is no wrong way to put these on. They automatically adjust to however you wear them. Also, I think we will see these type of sensors being used for auto power features that take it above the Beats Solo Pro. Right now on the Beats headphones, you can fold the headphones to power them on or off. I think these Apple headphones will work more similarly to how AirPods work. So when you have the Apple headphones on, then once you take them off, the sensors in the ear would detect that, and then they would auto power on or off. They would be able to detect when they're on your head and when they're off your head, rather than the Beats method, which doesn't detect when they're on or off your head. They detect when the product is folded. Speaking of those Beats headphones, I think we can get a pretty good guess on what the battery life will be with these Apple branded headphones with the H1 chip. Namely, that these headphones are much bigger than AirPods, so they can have a bigger battery inside of them, and you would get much longer listening time than AirPods, which is currently around 5 hours. With these Apple branded headphones, I think they would be very, very similar to the Beats Solo Pro, so you could expect around 22 hours of listening with noise cancellation enabled, and then if you turned off noise cancellation or the transparency mode, you would get about 40 hours of continuous playback. Now, one thing I'm really not sure of is how the design of these headphones are going to look. The concepts that I like the most seem to take style cues from the Apple HomePod, with the HomePod's mesh fabric being on the ear cups. Okay, we talked a lot about these Apple headphones, what they might be called, some of the features, and now we kind of have to figure out the price. So again, all these articles mention that these will be considered high-end alternatives to Apple AirPods. We now have Apple AirPods Pro, which retail for $250. So my guess is these headphones would be priced above $250. If I had to make a guess, I would say that these Apple branded headphones will probably start, or I guess cost, there probably is no other configurations, at $400. As for when you might expect to pick up these Apple branded headphones, all rumors are pointing to early availability in 2020, so the first quarter. And like I mentioned before, I think that Apple will hold a March event based on all the leaks and rumors. We're hearing about numerous products like the iPhone SE, the Apple AirTags, and of course the triple lens system iPad Pro. So it looks like Apple has a lot of products to hold an event, and I would expect these Apple headphones to debut on stage there. But anyway, enough about what I think. Let me know what you think about these Apple branded headphones in the comments below. Are you excited for them? And also, what features would you like to see Apple add to them? Remember, if you like this video, make sure you give me a like. If you want to see more from my channel, well, make sure you're subscribed. And if you want to support the channel out in any way, make sure you check out some of the links in the description. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.